Last games for the Pelicans before they go on vacation. Both teams need this win to stay in the playoff hunt. So it should be a good game. John Wall,
2K
Kyrie Irving,
Sports
let's get it.
pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, say does
New Orleans, land of the Pelicans. Let's quit. Thank you, David. And coming up fast, the All-Star break. Brent, we talk about how that gives players a chance to rest up. How valuable do you think that really is?
Well, I think it's important, Kev, that it's active rest and that you do something during the break. The league has now extended the All-Star break for players, so it's even more imperative that they do that. But the mental rest is huge. Just to get away, spend time with friends and family, refresh yourself, especially if you're a team that's got a chance to play in the postseason. Get ready for that run, and it's on.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter. Julius Randle is out there with Whiteside, and it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Favors passes to Iguodala. Pass to Bradley. Outside Favors. Drummond sets the screen for Favors. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Bradley, that's for 2. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Here's Bradley. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Irving kicks to Bradley. Drummond with a screen on Hood. Bradley dishes to Irving. Drummond a screen. A second left. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. Drummond's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Pelicans.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board.
The Pelicans have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
Now here's Hood, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Iguodala outside. Pass to Irving. Pass to Favors. And stolen by Whiteside. In transition, here come the Jazz. Wall with the ball.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding war. So that creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
Randle kicks the Wall. And a wide open look for Hood. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
Oh, nice feed from Wall, paving the way for that bucket. That's always his first thought. Find the best shot possible on every trip, whether he has to take it himself or create for a teammate.
Favors with the screen. Iguodala, the pass to Favors. Good. Favors has got his first 2 points.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Now here's Hood. He averages about 5 points a game.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Irving dishes to Bradley. Favors with a screen on Hood. Back to Irving. Takes a 3. It's good from long range. Irving's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, such a remarkable scorer. Kyrie has such a quick trigger. The D has no chance there.
And Wall kicks to Whiteside. Wall sets a screen for Whiteside. Put on the wing. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Irving. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
Pelicans shooting their first free throw of the night. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. Now here's Wall. Got it off in time, but it's no good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a... Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Utah trailing here. I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Kyrie Irving is out there with Avery Bradley. Then there's Favors, and there's Iguodala. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And so Wall nails both of them.
Yeah, easy to appreciate Wall, an all-star caliber talent who just fills up the stat sheet.
Irving against Wall. Irving kicks to Drummond with the second effort, and it's good on the layup. Drummond's got 7 points.
Pretty ferocious and sheer determination shown on that one. Easy to see why he gets those easy scoring opportunities.
Randall kicks to Hood. Drummond working against Whiteside. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
They get it again. Randall. That's a 2 from Hood. Another miss by Utah. New Orleans leading by 3. Irving kicks to Drummond. That one goes in. Drummond's got 7 points here in this quarter. Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And Brent, I read that Kyrie Irving meditates off the court. It's something he reads about and studies up on quite a bit, focused on learning and growing as a person.
Well, if meditating and taking some time out mentally to picture the type of success that you can have out on the floor, then there are some other players in this league, Kevin. They might want to take up what Kyrie Irving is throwing down.
Here's Hood. Another miss by Utah. New Orleans leading by 7. And stolen by Hood. Fast break, here they come. Moving it up, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you,
Can Hassan let him
to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
Nice stroke from the line by Whiteside. You know, he's only going to get better from there with some practice.
And Wall kicks to Ingles. Back to Randall. Hood against Bradley. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. Wall. Good on the triple. Wall's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Irving with it. He's picked up by Wall. Irving attacking. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Wall kicks to Randall. Right side a screen. Ingles passes to Whiteside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, once the ball gets to Whiteside that close to the basket, he knows what to do with it.
Wall against Irving. Lets it go with a 3. Utah with the rebound, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
And so it's a... All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the... That's it for halftime.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River before returning to action. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, that one sticks with you for a little while. They worked so hard to hang in there at the end of that one and force the OT, and then to have it slip away had to hurt.
So on the floor for Utah, Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter. Whiteside is out there with Julius Randle, and it's Wall in at the point. And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Over to the wing. Bradley kicks to Iguodala. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Irving. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on John Wall.
I don't know how you match up with Kyrie Irving. So great at turning on the Jets and then drawing the contact.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Utah trailing here. And Wall kicks to Randall. Outside Hood. Dishes to Whiteside. They set the pick over Drummond. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's now 6 points for Hassan Whiteside. Irving dishes to Iguodala. Over Ingles. Rebound by John Wall. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Now the feed to Randall. Down low. Whiteside kicks to Ingles. And there's the pass to Wall. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Feeds it to Iguodala. Kicks it to Drummond. That
What
one
was
doesn't
that?
go. And it's Utah the other way.
Alvin Gentry has to be proud that the responsibilities of playing defense for their squad last year was something that they accepted. They went from a bottom 3 team to a top 10 team defensively just last season.
They set the pick. Whiteside, and it's sent back by Drummond. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Jazz.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Right side a screen. Outside Hood. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Bradley. That one good for 2. And the Pelicans lead by 2. And with more talent, you think the Pelicans have a chance, Brent, to step their offense up this season?
Oh, I absolutely do. I think the amazing part about last year is that the Pelicans ended up sliding their way up into the top 10 defensively. That's an area where the likes of a team like the Denver Nuggets needs to make their improvement. Maybe between those 2 teams, they're battling to find their way into the postseason.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Drummond with a screen on Wall. From deep, Iguodala. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul of the game. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Hood against Bradley. Whiteside, a screen on Bradley. Hood drives in. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And the Utah Jazz back in 2014, the worst defensive team in the league by points per possession. Greg, it's been a dramatic turnaround.
One of the premier defensive teams now in our league in terms of their imposing paint presence. Not a team that gambles for steals or deflections. They keep you in front and force you to play over the top. And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Pelicans shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And here's Wall. He has 7. Picked by Randall. The dish to Ingles. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Wall wide open. And he's good on the 3 ball. Wall's got the lead up to 2 now for Utah.
Credit to Whiteside on the screen there. He really frees up the look for his teammate.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Jazz out in front, up 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay?
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Pelicans shooting well. They're at 45%. Iguodala out there with Favors. Then there's Avery Bradley. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Irving in at the 1. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Bradley can't get it to go. Utah shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. From deep, Ingles. It's Drummond with the rebound. Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Bradley passes to Favors. And it's Drummond missing. Utah leading. Hood dishes the Wall. Randall kicks to Ingles. Randall passes to Hood. Nice ball movement by Utah. They get the rebound. Goes back up. And it's sent back by Drummond. Irving against Wall. Irving kicks to Iguodala. Drummond sets the screen for Iguodala. Goes up off the pick. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Sometimes you got to exercise patience in the pick and roll. And that time, Iguodala did exactly that, slicing the defense up.
And Wall. Here we go now. Hood on the wing. He feeds it to Whiteside. He dishes it to Ingles. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Baseline J on the way. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Puts it up from 15. Wall's shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. The kick out to Irving. Cans it from downtown.
Just a hard-fought battle, and neither team able to create any distance.
Well, we've seen some big plays here tonight, but they've been sporadic. That's been an issue.
Outside a screen. Ingles kicks to Hood. Whiteside sets the pick for Hood. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drops it in from 11 feet. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Drummond, the screen. Now Bradley. Iguodala outside. Offensive rebound. Count that bucket. And 11 points for Drummond.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Not sure, maybe the pressure of the moment got to him there. A really careless error that might ultimately cost the team.
New Orleans leading by 3. Outside Irving. Bradley can't get it to go.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Here's Wall. Nails it. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt, professional move all the way. Puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Drummond the screen. Outside Irving. To the paint. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Andre Drummond.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside, Wall. Put on the wing. Pulls up from the corner. Here's Randall. It's in!
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first that will put them up by 2.
The skill set of this point guard in Kyrie Irving is so astounding. Clever with the ball, confident as a shooter. He basically torches any defense that's out there.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
From deep Ingles. No good from 3-point territory. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Brett Bear.
Bradley's still cold. Jingles with the Kevin Love stat line. John Wall had an off night. Beat him in the paint. That's right, all there was to it.